Good evening, everyone. Coming to you with another Encouragement Sunday. I just got done playing basketball with my friends, and I have been playing basketball competitively with these guys for probably about 10 years now. And I sucked when I first started, and I was awful. And now the shots are starting to drop a little bit more. And the practice that went in is just me playing with them forever and ever and ever when I have nothing to do going up there to shoot. And, just putting in a little extra time, and now it's actually showing. Basketball is one of the few things in my life I've never, quit on because I love it. And, I really, really focused in, and I said to myself, I'm going to be better at this. I'm not going to be great. I'll never be awesome. But I got better, and I'm a lot better than I used to be. And so I want to encourage everybody to work on their relationship with Christ. Spend more time in your word. Get better with God. It might not be today that you you knock the sin or you are obedient more often, but every day get better. Every day get closer to Christ. And work on your quote unquote shot with Christ. Go to his Bible. When you have nothing to do, quote unquote, I went to put up shots. Get in your word. Put in that extra time with God, and you might not see the improvement in yourself right away, but the closer we are to Christ, the easier it is to live like Christ. That's just the reality. We're going to start mirroring him the closer we get to him. When Peter had his eyes on Christ, he was able to walk on the water. It was the moment that he got fearful and took his eyes off God when he started to sink. And what happened? Christ grabbed his hand, pulled him up. It's just amazing if you really think about it. If you sit down and say, if I put in the work with God, God's going to give me results. And that doesn't mean you'll never fall. That doesn't mean you'll never have moments of that you drift away a little bit. But get right back to the court, quote unquote, get right back to your Bible, get right back into prayer, and start committing to the Lord more and more, and watch your spiritual muscles grow. Basketball is 99% muscle memory. Well, our reflex to life should be go to Christ. Our muscle memory for us shooting our shot should be submitting to God and getting closer to him. And that should be the reflex that we have, not our own emotions, not our own thought process. So, I really hope you sit and pray on this and think about this, because this is a big deal to commit yourself. If you're going to ICC right now, commit to this new study we're in. It's the study of getting to know God's character. There should be nothing more that we want in this world is to understand our God fully. Or we'll never understand fully, but as much as we can. So why wouldn't we take, time out of our day to make it our time with God and focus on it? And, so I just want to encourage you to put up more shots. My saying right now is, the more shots you put up, the more will fall. And what that means is the more you put up, the more your brain will get trained to make them. Because the more you have in your book, the more shots that you put up, the more your brain gets to learn. And the more our reflex is go to God, the more that we'll lean on him and trust him in tough situations. So I just want to encourage you to make it a routine. Steph Curry didn't learn how to hit threes the way he does because he didn't have a routine. He didn't have a structure. He had to put structure into his life in order to say, today I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm going to go and I'm going to put up 1,000 shots. Well, the Christian should say, well, I got to work at 8, so I'm going to get up at 6 and I'm going to dive into my Bible. And I'm going to spend time with the Lord. Or if you're doing this class, I'm going to get into this book and I'm going to learn more about my God. And like I said, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not saying I do that all the time. But if you don't put up shots, shots won't fall. I.e., if you don't start getting close to Christ, you're not going to mirror him. And that's the reality of the situation. I hope you're blessed from hearing this, and this encourages you to make you want to get closer to God. In reality, I'm going to go through the gospel again. I mean, what he did for us is unimaginable. What he said is, I'm perfect. You're not perfect. You guys have sinned. You've either lied, stolen, cheated. If you committed adultery in your heart, you did it already. If you hated your brother, you murdered him. That's what the commandments show us about ourselves. And what Jesus says is I'm going to live the perfect life for you. I'm going to die for no reason, which is what he did on the cross. And that legally paid your debt. When he went to the cross, he paid your fine because you have broken the laws of God, the laws of the land, God's land. You broke those laws. Somebody must pay for you. Either you or Christ. And you have to make that choice to follow him. And the reality is he went to the cross. He took on what is described as the worst possible death in history, which is the cross. If you break it down, it's the worst death you could possibly go through. That a lot of historians can think of. And scientists. Because of the nerves and stuff involved. But I'm not going to get into the disgustingness of the cross. But the reality is he took. If we knew the pain that he took, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't not. Well, he paid for your fine, and as soon as you give your life to Christ, you will be granted heaven and a relationship with Jesus for all eternity. You paid his fine. He died, rose on the third day, and then went to heaven, and he's coming back. And I believe all of that 100%. I believe it with my full heart, and I love Christ with all my heart. And I just pray, and I'm pleading with you. I want y'all to really consider this because he's coming soon. Like, people don't realize it, but a lot of what's going on is very biblical. This is not a joke anymore. People are living their lives however they want, and, eventually you're going to have to pay for that. You're either going to run into God's wrath or his grace and mercy, and that's up to you. But I hope you were encouraged by this video. I love y'all. Peace out. I'm actually probably going to make another video, a reaction video, but I like the Encouragement Sunday videos. I think they're really, really awesome. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this if you want to. I appreciate it. I looked at my demographic, and 90% of my demographic's overseas, so that's so cool. I really like that. Please share this. Have a good night, guys.